Hello, everyone, and welcome to the annual NAEYC conference. On the panel today, we have Piaget, Montessori, Skinner, and Vygotsky. Today, we'll be talking about technology as it's applied in education. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Fred Rogers, and like all of you on the panel, I am passionate about children and technology as well. A little bit about me is I actually created a show, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and the whole intent was to educate children through television and take hold of this technology and really move forward with it. All right, to get the conversation rolling, my first question to all of you is, what are your views and opinions about the iPad technology and digital media today?
Well, I believe that it is essential for children to be prepared for the future, and since technology is so encompassing in today's society, I think that it should be embraced so that children feel empowered by their environment, and their environment includes technology today.
Today it's crazy. Society is surrounded by technology. I'm pretty sure we can all agree that technology is everywhere we turn. Do I think that technology is overtaking society? Yes. But hey, why not let it take over? Cell phones, mobile devices, heck yeah. Technology lets our children explore the world in a whole new interactive way.
I agree with you, Piaget. Just like when TV was starting to get popular, people quickly realized it wasn't going away, like all of the digital media today. And emerging technology just keeps coming, so we must take advantage of it in a positive and meaningful way.
But what app could replace being outdoors and actually experiencing things?
Good point.
Well, just like Maria and PJ stated earlier, technology is all around us and has the potential to empower children. I believe that children should use technology and media as cross-cultural communication, where they can share and communicate information with others. By doing this, they are enhancing their learning by using technology as a tool for learning. Right. Well, with the advancement in technology, it's replaced what we do in our everyday lives. For example, technology is making resources more readily available for students. I'm sure most students view technology in a positive way because it is easy for them to be reinforced with the ease of finding information. Today, they can look on the World Wide Web instead of going to the library and searching through the card catalog. And Maria, you can always find ways to combine being outdoors and sharing the experiences through media and technology.
Those are all very valid points, thank you. And taking this conversation one step further, my next question to you all is, how do you think iPads and computers should be used in a classroom for the most effective instruction?
Great question. A simple tap on a screen or keyboard and children can learn boatloads of information. iPads and computers should be used to learn facts and information as well as to experience the world in a whole new way. It should be used as a way to teach children how to cooperatively work together because that's a big life skill. It should be used to promote communication between students and their teachers. The hands-on approach is the way to go. It keeps our students interested.
Many ways that this new technology has grown to benefit children and teachers.
Like Maria stated, if the information is used appropriately, then we can see the advantage that it brings to the classroom. Teachers can take lessons that they previously used and find ways to incorporate them in the classroom. Companies have made games with similar goals in mind, like token economies, which provide reinforcement for optimal behavior, intermittent events, and mastery learning. Intermittent events provide reinforcement that is at irregular times and not on a continuous basis. And mastery learning is when you have mastered a given task before moving on to the next. These are all things that teachers have previously done in the classroom, and now there is just more opportunities to use these to assist in the students' learning.
Yeah, good points, guys. My next question actually is, do you think incorporating all of this technology in the classrooms takes away from authentic, traditional ways of teaching?
Not at all. I mean, technology teaches students all the knowledge of the world. It allows children to explore and see beyond what they can't see in a classroom. I'm not saying eliminate the field trips, the nature walks, the class discussions. What I'm saying is that technology allows children to explore what they can't read in a textbook or learn from their teacher. They're being given the chance to learn about things that they might not even be able to see on a field trip. They can explore other countries by using the internet and learn about various things.
I do agree with you to a certain extent. It is essential for teachers to keep things in balance. Teachers should encourage themselves and parents to not offset the balance of exercise, diet, and the development of the child's senses through different types of exposure, such as sensory and stuff like that. I believe that technology can easily take away from traditional methods of teaching, and it is the teacher's responsibility to adapt their classroom to keep that from happening.
Right. Yes, I agree, Maria, but I think we can add on to that. What about the ways that technology can assist in the use of diet and exercise? Many times, children get bored with the things that they do not know, or when they do not know the purpose behind it. We can use technology as a way to show them a purpose and relate it to their cognitive level. We can show them how other children are doing exercises through YouTube, or look up meals from other countries and experiment by trying them out. We can find ways to use technology to make it meaningful to the children. This will reinforce their interest and find ways to include all students. I do think that using technology is just one piece or one tool to use during the day, and it doesn't take away from the interactions that must exist in the classroom.
I agree. And just like you said, Maria, technology can't replace traditional methods, but like PJ also said, technology can be used to explore new learning and help children be able to explore new things like on the computer and on the iPad and stuff like that. So I think that technology can't replace all the traditional things, but it can also embrace new methods as well.
Good point.
So, to wrap up the conversation, I'd like to kind of apply our discussion. And can each of you kind of talk about, some of the apps that you, think would actually be applicable in education and describe why?
Facebook, Twitter, online games, let's do it all. Let's bring Angry Birds and Temple Run into this too. Games like Temple Run allow our students to make sense out of life, even if it is by simply conquering some monkeys in a temple. I personally love social media. Facebook allows our students to cooperatively work together. They can talk after class and stay in touch at all times for questions or discussions about their schoolwork.
I think the only apps that children should be using are educational ones. There are many examples of these. Like, social media and games are trivial and not developmentally appropriate for children. One app that I believe children will really benefit from is, it's called preschoolers and kindergartners take on numbers. They trace the number, and it gets harder as you go, as you continue, and that's important. It multi-level things, as long as keeps the child interested, and it helps their learning. And this allows the child to recognize the numbers and get used to writing them.
I agree as well. And social media and websites such as Facebook, like PJ said, Skype, Google Docs, and YouTube are good apps that can be useful in the classroom. There is an app called Kindama, where two people can share the same story from any location. YouTube is also a great source of videos where children can learn new things from videos and share videos as well.
I'm personally a big fan of the games. I'm sorry, Maria. Games that provide token economies, the intermittent events, and mastery learning. An example of the token economy would be something like Lego Star Wars, where you can collect studs and use them to rebuild machines that you need to go to the next level. A game that uses intermittent events is,
I think you're talking about Angry Birds.
yes, you're right, Angry Birds. You use a bird to launch, or you launch a bird to destroy the pigs. Sometimes you get a huge payoff, but not always. And an example of the mastery learning game is Bugs and Buttons, which has 18 math and logic activities with careful challenge leveling mixed with management features. Each of these provides the player with positive and negative reinforcement in order to complete the game.
All right, well, thank you all for coming today. This was a very informational and eye-opening conversation. Like I always end my show, I'm going to say this all to you. You've made this day a special day just by being you. There's no person in the world just like you, and I like you just the way you are. Thank you.